Okay, now that you have learned how to taper a series of boxes, I have made this advanced example for the parcours members. You can see that we can flow this a series of tapers onto a curve. So this is a circle, which we can control how we want to align the final results on the bottom, on the top, or in the middle. So actually you can give any curve to this. If I just delete this circle. So for example, I have made this arc. Let's just give it to the curve input. And now you can see the final results. We can align it in different ways, the curve. I've also added a gap input. So if I just decrease that to 0, you can see this is the tapering thing we had. Explained that before. But now we can also add a gap. And you can also use the repeat data to give it heights by numbers. So if I just say I want these series of numbers, I can give it to here. This is going to be the length. I can also switch between the two types, as you can see here. If you use this type of tapering, you can also give it to a solid union. So actually, this is going to unite all of that to one. Then we can convert that into a mesh. And then you can use the Viva with Catmull Clark to give it a smooth look like this. So for example, if I wanted to control this, I can change the length and the width. That's going to be the thickness, the number of repeating this pattern, the length, the gap, and also the tapering. If you switch between the false, the mesh is not going to be smooth. It's going to be something like this. But anyway, you can give this into any closed or open curve and get the final results from this mesh output, which is going to be the mesh. You can also get the smooth output results from here if you want to have it like a B-rep output. And as you can see here, we have given some extra steps for the gapping, a little bit of a flow tool and component to flow it on a curve and get the final result as a mesh. You can also use this as a building, and these are the openings maybe. And we can control the gaps, tapering, the height. This is going to be somehow the thickness and how many patterns we need here. So that is going to give you something like this to use it in your projects.